All right, hello everybody, and welcome to another lesson of distance learning. And it has been a roller coaster so far. We didn't really know where we were going, and now we kind of have an update as to how the end of the school year is going to go. So I thought I would make a lesson that spices things up, so to speak. Okay, so this is taco bout inferencing, and it is all taco themed because tacos are awesome and we need some spice in our lives. Okay. So what you need for this lesson, you're actually going to do it with me some parts. You need to go grab a piece of paper. It can be a blank paper. It could be a piece of notebook paper. You need a pencil and you need some colored pencils or some markers. Okay? So go ahead and pause the lesson right now and go get those things and then come right back. Okay, so hopefully you are back now and you have all of your supplies. What I want you to do right now is just go ahead and write your name at the top of your paper. And then underneath your name, I want you to draw me a taco, just like the ones that I have right there. Draw me a taco. If you like black olives on your tacos, I personally love black olives. Put black olives on there. If you like guacamole, put some guacamole on there. Just draw me a picture and color it. Go ahead and pause the lesson too. Okay, so after you are done, go ahead and put all of your stuff to the side. We're going to go ahead and move on to what we're doing now. So you're probably thinking, I don't really know what an inference is. I've probably seen it in iReady or Miss Mitchum said it when we were in class, but I have no idea what it means. Okay, so an inference is an educated guess. So go ahead and take your paper and write this definition right here. An inference is an educated guess. Pretty easy, right? It's just an educated guess. An educated just means that you back it up with some kind of evidence. Okay, so go ahead and pause the lesson and write this underneath your taco. An inference is an educated guess. Okay, so hopefully you wrote this down because you're going to end up taking a picture of this and submitting it to me. So when you infer, you take a couple different pieces and you put them all together just like a puzzle piece. Okay, so if you've ever done a puzzle before, you have tons of different pieces. It kind of just depends on how big your puzzle is. But for this puzzle, I have 4 different pieces. Okay, this is like one big one. So we're just going to say it's 4 anyways. Okay, so what we do when we infer is we take our background knowledge, and our background knowledge is just what we already know about a topic. And then we take the clues in the text to come up with a big inference. So you know, if you've ever done a puzzle before, that it eventually creates one big picture. Okay, and if I don't have one of these pieces, so say I didn't have this piece, it'd be really hard to come up with an inference just from the clues from the text. Okay, so do you see how all of the pieces kind of work together to create one big inference? That's what an inference is. So I just take what I already know about a subject, I take some clues that they give me in the passage or the text to come up with an inference. And you know, an inference is just an educated guess because you already wrote that down. Okay? So the truth is you actually infer every single day, you just don't know it. So I have a couple different examples here for you. So the first example is if you wake up and you see tree branches on the ground and lawn furniture turned over, we can infer that it was probably windy last night. Or if everything was wet, we could say that there was a storm. Okay? Another example is if you wake up and you smell cinnamon rolls coming from the kitchen and you smell bacon, we can infer that someone has cooked breakfast, or you could also say somebody has brought breakfast home, one of those things. Okay, last example. So if your best friend comes to school on crutches one day, we can infer that there was some kind of accident. So your friend was involved in something and they got hurt and now they're on crutches. Okay, so now this is my favorite part. I found this book and it is fairly new. It's called Dragons Love Tacos. So I'm going to continue with my dragon theme and my taco theme, and we are going to read this book. So keep your paper handy because we are going to keep going. All right, here's Dragons Love Tacos.
Dreamscape presents Dragons Love Tacos. Written by Adam Rubin and illustrated by Daniel Salmieri. Hey, kid, did you know that dragons love tacos?
Okay, I'm going to stop it already. What can you infer about this boy? Just based on what we have seen about him, what can you infer about him already? What can you infer? I could say a couple different things. I could say that he's young and he's a little messy because I see some clothes coming out of his drawers. His drawers aren't pushed in. I could also say that he loves what? He probably loves what? What do you see so far? So if I back this up, what did you see? Oops, too far. What did you see all over his room? Dragons. So he probably loves dragons, right? So I'm already making inferences on this book, and I haven't even really got started that this boy loves dragons. So I'm going to stop it in just a couple minutes, and we're going to see if we can confirm that inference or not, meaning that if we accept that inference that he really loves dragons. Maybe he just really hates dragons, but we're going to find out.
Love tacos. They love beef tacos and chicken tacos. They love really big, gigantic tacos and tiny little baby tacos as well. Why do dragons love tacos? Maybe it's the smell from the sizzling pan. Maybe it's the crunch of the crispy tortillas. Maybe it's a secret. Either way, if you want to make friends with dragons, tacos are key. Hey, dragon, why do you guys love tacos so much? But wait, as much as dragons love tacos, they hate spicy salsa even more. They hate spicy green salsa and spicy red salsa. They hate spicy chunky salsa and spicy smooth salsa. If the salsa is spicy at all, dragons can't stand it. Why do dragons hate spicy salsa? Well, just one drop of hot sauce makes a dragon's ears smoke. Just one single speck of hot pepper makes a dragon snort sparks. Spicy salsa gives dragons the tummy troubles. And when dragons get the tummy troubles, oh boy. If you want to make tacos for dragons, keep the toppings mild. Tomatoes, lettuce, cheese. These are all good toppings for tacos for dragons. Hey, dragon, how do you feel about spicy taco toppings?
How do you think he feels about spicy taco toppings? Just looking at it. What do you think he's feeling right now? Probably pretty sick, right? Because he's got his tongue hanging out. He's got his hands on his belly. Those are just some clues that tell me he doesn't like spicy taco toppings.
Dragons love parties. They like costume parties and pool parties. They like big, gigantic parties with accordions and tiny little parties with charades. Why do dragons love parties? Maybe it's the conversation. Maybe it's the dancing. Maybe it's the comforting sound of a good friend's laughter. The only thing dragons love more than parties or tacos is taco parties. Taco parties are parties with lots of tacos. If you want to have some dragons over for a taco party, you'll need buckets of tacos, panloads of tacos. The best way to judge is to get a boat and fill the boat with tacos. That's about how many tacos dragons need for a taco party. After all, dragons...
Okay, so I think it is safe to say we can confirm our inference that he loves dragons because what is he doing for them right now? He is literally creating a taco party for them. Look at all these tacos that he's making, and he's got all of these toppings, but they're not spicy toppings. So I think it is safe to say that we can confirm that he loves the dragons and he loves the tacos.
Are you excited for the big taco party? Just remember, dragons hate spicy salsa. Before you host your taco party with dragons, get rid of all the spicy salsa. In fact, bury the spicy salsa in the backyard so the dragons can't find it. These dragons love your taco party. They love the music. They love the decorations. They especially love the tacos. Congratulations! It's a good thing you got rid of all that spicy... Wait a second. What are those little green things in the salsa? You didn't read the fine print? Dragons, listen to me. Do not eat those tacos. Those little green specks in the salsa, those are jalapeno peppers. They are super spicy. I know you love tacos, dragons, but you are not gonna love those tacos. Do not let those dragons eat those tacos. Too late.
Oh no, what can you infer just happened? What happened? So let's use our clues. Unfortunately, we don't have experience with dragons because we don't have dragons. But look at your clues. So we know that they all just breathed a lot of fire and things seem to be completely burned at this point in time. One dragon back here is still breathing fire. What do you think happened? What can you infer about the house? You think it's still standing?
Why would dragons help you rebuild your
Nope.
house? Maybe they're good Samaritans. Maybe they feel bad for wrecking it. Maybe they're just in it for the taco breaks. After all, dragons love tacos.
All right, I hope you liked it. So now that we've read Dragons Love Tacos, we're going to infer with a passage because you, as a fourth grader, and moving forward to fifth grade, sixth grade, seventh grade, and so on, you're going to have to infer a lot. Even in your life outside of school, you're going to have to infer. It's just a skill that you need to know. Okay, so now we're going to infer with a passage. So I'm going to read the passage, and then on your sheet of paper underneath your definition, you are going to answer these two questions that I have on the right. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and read this. And then we will get to your questions. So Tom and Jerry walked through the meadow. They were surprised to hear humming noises coming from another path. To their surprise, they spotted a hive. They got closer and closer until a swarm came right towards them. Ouch, ouch, Tom screamed. Tom, run, yelled Jerry. They got me, Tom cried, sprinting down the path back home. Okay, so underneath your definition, that an inference is an educated guess, I want you to answer these two questions for me in full sentences. Full sentences, meaning a capital letter at the beginning. It has to make sense. No random capitals. Punctuation at the end. I want a good fourth grade sentence. So what can you infer about what happened to Tom? So I want you to make an educated guess about what happened to Tom. Okay, there's one sentence. And then underneath that, I want you to tell me how you know that happened to Tom. Okay, go ahead and pause your video. And then when you have an answer, then you can go ahead and hit play and go on to the next slide. So here is my giant answer for these two questions. And so what I did was I just took a puzzle piece. Actually, this is a puzzle broken up into multiple pieces. And I included my background knowledge, my clues from the text to create an inference, because that is what you're doing. So I started with my background knowledge. This is what I already knew about a topic. So I knew that bees live outside. I know that they live in a hive and they can travel in a swarm. And a swarm is just a group of them. And they can sting you. Okay, then I moved on to clues from the text. So I know that the two boys, Tom and Jerry, are walking outside. They're in a meadow. It's probably warm outside. It's probably spring or summer because they're walking outside. You probably wouldn't walk in a meadow, just take a stroll in the wintertime. They saw a hive, and they went closer and closer to that hive, and they saw a swarm. And so when the swarm came out, they got stung. So these are all the clues that I got from my passage. I didn't make anything up. It's just clues from this passage. Okay, so I put these two together to create my big inference over here. So I can infer that Tom was stung by a bee from the hive. That is my entrance. Or my inference, sorry. And then I know because the boys got closer and closer to the hive when a swarm came out of it. That is how I know. Okay, so all I did was I took what I already knew plus clues from the text to create my inference, and an inference is just an educated guess. Okay, so now is the fun part. We were going to do this in class because that was obviously the plan, but we can't do that, so we're going to do it anyways. And you're just going to do it on a blank pages document or a blank piece of paper. If you want to just keep going with the paper that you're currently working on, that's perfectly fine. But what you need to do right now is number your page or pages document from 1 to 15. So go ahead and pause your lesson and do that right now. Okay, so now that you're back, you're going to use these slides to make an inference on what you believe the occupation or the job is. So all you have to do is write the occupation. You don't have to write full sentences for this. We're going to do the first one together, okay? So what you're going to see is a bunch of different slides with pictures on them, okay? So let's just start with number 1. So you know that all of these are different occupations or jobs. So you're trying to tell me what job you think it is based on what you already know and based on what clues it gives you. So this one says, studies the stars, planets, telescope, night sky, and dark. So what do you think? What do you think that job is? I would say it is probably an astronomer, because I know an astronomer studies the stars. They use a telescope. It has to be dark when they do it so they can see them. So this one would be astronomer. Okay, so you're going to do the same exact thing for all of these. So you'll see that the paper is actually numbered. So it'll say 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. You're going to do all 15 of them. And again, all you have to do is write where the occupation or job is on that. Okay? So that is your assignment for today. Have fun.